We were having prep talk before I hit this record button, but what's going on, YouTube? It's me, Tiffany, and I'm here with my co-host, Tanea.
Hey!
And we're here with our scandal recap!
Yay!
You know what I told Tanea? I said, I feel like I'm overly excited and you're not excited at all, so now that's what she's doing, you know. That was our little meeting. But before we get into our scandal recap, I want y'all to get into this shirt, okay? It says, "For the love of Olivia Pope." There's Liv. That's one of my favorite pictures of Liv, actually. And then it just, you know, has some more little writing on it and stuff. And that was made by my good friend Ashley. And as the season of Scandal goes on, I'll be wearing lots of different shirts, because actually a couple of people wanted to make me shirts and they wanted shout outs. So that's what I'll be doing. You know, I live for a good Kerry Washington Olivia Pope / Scandal shirt. So let's get into this season 3 of Scandal. Now, what I wanted to say was I effed up. That's right. Since Tanea already, you know, put out on our last video about my little handy dandy blue composition notebook where you guys know I write my notes at. So my notes are front and back, this many pages for Scandal season 3.
I don't have any notes.
Like, I really went and watched every episode in the past 2 days, not even this whole week. The past 2 days I watched episode 1 through 18 of season 3, and I wrote down the most important points of each episode. But then when I talked to Tanea, because I was kind of feeling like earlier, like, oh God, like I really may have went overboard. Like, this show isn't even that long for me to go and read every paragraph. So I said, you know what? Then I rehearsed myself and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to cut some of the first part of the hiatus off and then do all the end. And I was like, you know what? This show is nothing but chaos. So we're just going to roll with it. We're just going to go with whatever come out of Tiffany's mouth. So let's start at the end of season 2. So at the end of season 2, you know, they left us with somehow Liv's name, Olivia Pope's name, had got leaked out. And she gets in the limo while the reporters are chasing her, and she gets in, and it's Dad. And that's what we left with. The end was Dad. It starts off season 3 with us going right back to the limousine. And it goes to the airport, and as you remember, we learn more about Papa Pope also, who was Rowan in season 2, but then, you know, he becomes Papa Pope in season 3. And the first thing from the beginning is what I want y'all to always remember is he wanted to get her on a plane to get away from everybody. You remember that? He was ready for her to get away from the president, to get away from OPA and Associates, which, as we all know, at the very end, the last thing she did at the end of season 3, 18 episodes later, she ended up getting on that plane that he wanted her to get on all the way in episode 1 and leaving. So, I mean, the whole thing is, where's Olivia Pope? But anyway, so in the first half of season 3, which we know was episodes 1 through 10, we started off, like I said, with her and Papa Pope, and it basically, you know, like they said, this was Olivia Pope's dark season. Like, we watch her go hit ground bottom and have to build her way up. And a lot of key things I want y'all to remember from season 1 through 10 was Remington, about Fitz shooting down the plane, which still to this day I'm a little bit confused about. Like, I don't even know if we really even got to the bottom of Remington. Knowing Shonda Rhimes, she could bring that shit back up at any given time. So, I don't know. But, y'all know that was about Fitz shooting down the plane that Olivia Pope's mother was supposedly on. And also, in the first half of the season, we met Olivia Pope's mom. In the first half of the season, we got a lot of flashbacks. That's what I was going to say. This was not only the dark season of Olivia Pope, we also learned a lot about old school Olivia Pope, because in the first 2 episodes, we really only got her on the campaign. Like, we never really got her, you know, about how her childhood was, because everybody was just like, you know, Olivia Pope don't like hugs, don't really got no friends, and can't say I love you. Like, what the fuck happened to her when she was a child? So, you know, we found out that her mother's a monster and her father is the command of B613. Not only does, you know, Huck and everybody finds out, which also we find out that Rowan and Fitz know each other. So just a lot, you know, starts to rap with each other, like, about how everybody knows each other. And then, you know, we, so the first episode we had was, I am going to read the episodes. The first episode we had was It's Handled. The second episode we had was, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, which is one of my favorite episodes, because my favorite scene from that episode is when she starts fussing at Fitz at the window, and she's like, that's the whole point. That's why you're the president, because you're supposed to make everything happen. Da, 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 da. Do y'all see what I was talking about? I asked her to be enthusiastic, and she's doing exactly what I told her not to. And then on episode 3, we had Mrs. Smith is going to Washington, where, you know, the lady had the bomb and she tried to blow all of them up, and Liv almost died and shit. And then Jake came out the hole and shit, which, you know, as an Olitz lover, nobody wanted Jake to come out the hole. Then we had episode 4, Say Hello to My Little Friend, about the man that was the senator and the penis pictures, and the wife ended up killing the husband and shit. Then we had episode 5, which was More Cattle, Less Bull, when we really start to learn about, which a lot of people forgot about, Lisa Kudrow, who is Josie Marcus, who was running against Fitz in the election. And then the next one is Icarus, where we get the first flashback of young Liv, when she was really, really young, and of her mother. And then we get episode 7, which was Everything's Coming Up Melly, when we found out that Melly was raped by Big Jerry, and all those back in the day, Melly and Fitz, when they were really in love, because before we saw those flashbacks, it was like, were they really ever in love? And then we got one of my favorites from the first half, which was Vermont is for Lovers 2, where we saw that Fitz built the house for her, and when she smashed the Fitz phone, and then it was that great sex scene, the sex scene of the century. You remember that? Yeah. Then we had episode 9, which was YOLO, which was when, you know, Mama Pope was there, and they was trying to hide Mama Pope and shit before we knew she was the monster. And then we had that great Olitz phone call when she called Fitz, because we know she never calls Fitz. Fitz is always calling her ass. And then the final episode of the first half, which was A Door Marked Exit, when we had the really good scene with Fitz and Papa Pope in the Pentagon, and, you know, he did the "You Are a Boy" speech. And also, you know, the more that Papa Pope started to speak, like, we really started to learn that this man is like a low-key preacher. Like, everybody loves Papa Pope. Like, it's like no matter what he does. So then we went on that stupid little break that I hate so much, that I know I'm going to dread in season 4. Like, that's right around, I guess, Thanksgiving. No, it was after Thanksgiving, actually. But they do take a little break, and then it's like it comes back on 2 weeks later, and then 2 more episodes come on, and then it goes off for like 2.5 months. Yeah, it was one of those things. So when they came back, it was on episode 11, which was called Ride, Sally, Ride. And basically in the second half of the season, it was all about the campaign. Getting, you know, Fitz to win the election, but also, you know, Sally Langston had killed Daniel Douglas and shit. So it was also the first couple of episodes about James and him running his damn mouth. Still to this day, I always say that James would still be alive if it wasn't for him running his mouth.
I agree.
If it wasn't him, you know, because James, at first, when he was running his mouth, if you go back and watch the episodes when we first started learning about Publius, I was, you know, against Publius, and I was saying, you know, kill his ass. They need to kill him. B613 need to kill him. I mean, that's their job, to protect the Republic. And if that would have got out, then Fitz probably would have lost his job, because Melly wouldn't have been able to be the first lady no more, and Cyrus wouldn't have been able to be who he is. And then, you know him, he grimy. He even took the president out and some more shit. But again, and Episode 11, Ride Sally Ride, which is also another one of my favorites. It starts out with with Fitz and Liv kissing in the Oval Office. They're back on good terms because in the first half, they ended on good terms, but they didn't start out on good terms because, you know, that whole Remington thing and her mother and all that shit. So it starts out with them kissing, and, you know, she's now the campaign manager, which everybody wanted to see that anyway. And, you know, Quinn is crazy now. She's in B613. She's a nut job, which, you know, all the OPA lovers and the Olivia Pope lovers really aren't Team Quinn these days, except the crazy people who love those Huckleberry Quinn, scenes when they're licking their face and shit.
I actually like those things.
I'm not a fan of Huck and Quinn's sex scenes. Y'all can keep that spitting and licking on each other. That shit is nasty. But also another good scene in Ride Sally Ride was the scene with Melly and Olivia, which, you know, they call those the Mellet scenes, when they're in the restaurant, you know, it's the black and white photos. That was something else I really liked in season 3, how they did like the still shots and they would go in slow motion and it would be in black and white. I really like that. The 12th episode was We Do Not Touch the First Ladies, where we really started to learn about Andrew Nichols, who ends up being Fitz's VP, running with him as VP because, as we know, Sally Langston starts to run, you know, as her own candidate for the presidential election. And come to find out, you know, he's from that past and he really has an attraction to Melly, and I was really excited about that. They actually kissed for the first time in that episode too. I was really excited that Melly had her own booty call. And you know, I was slapped in the face when Fitz, all the way down in episode 16, the fluffer, he started acting, you know, jealous and shit because, you know, he ain't know that Melly had a little side thing just like he did. And then he had an attitude about it. Whole time, I was thinking that Andrew, whole time, and you remember we were just talking about?
What?
How you said you want to start doing late videos?
Yeah.
Your eyes are watery, you're yawning, and you're very quiet.
I'm sleeping.
So in episode 13, No Sun on the Horizon, like, this is just when things just really start to get bad. Like, James doesn't know how to shut the hell up. He done planted a damn recording device in Cyrus's frame on his desk. Sally Langston has lost her damn mind. Like, this whole Daniel Douglas thing really got her losing her mind. And plus, that's what I forgot to say. Jake is command. So, you know, in one of the episodes, Jake was about to have to shoot Sally Langston's head off. He should have shot her. I was watching it earlier and I was just like, things would have really worked out for the better if
Sally would have died.
Sally would have died.
I've been saying that since, like, I've been saying I wanted Sally to die since, like, the middle of the first season. So.
Okay, so then we get to, which at the end of episode 13 is when the whole shooting thing comes up, where it's Vanessa Chandler, the little Chinese girl who knew about Daniel Douglas dying, who told David Rosen. It's David Rosen is James, and Jake walks up and he shoots everybody except David Rosen and James. And then the next episode, which is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, comes on and he shoots James. So that whole episode is basically flashbacks of James and Cyrus and like how they met. Not that I will ever had the interest of knowing how James and Cyrus met. And it's creepy because the flashback, Cyrus has like a full-grown beard and it's just weird. Like, he looks like a killer or something. But and then, you know, Olivia Pope finds out that Jake was the one that killed James and killed the other two girls, because it's actually a scene where Jake is digging a hole. And, you know, that's when I really knew that I was watching the wrong show. Like, I'm really losing it. Like, Shonda Rhimes has me losing it. Jake went from being someone that was spying on Olivia Pope for the president to digging up a hole to bury bodies in. Like, literally showed the holes and everything. He was on the phone with Olivia Pope like it was just a regular day.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Exactly. Then we had Mama Said Knock You Out, which was episode 15, where the family comes. Jerry and Karen come, who we've heard about Jerry and Karen ever since season 1, and we finally see what they look like, and we find out that they're assholes, which isn't a surprise because Fitz and Melly are assholes when they want to be. But we learn that Jerry doesn't even support his father. Like, he's selling stuff about resting, to make his father look bad and to lose. And Karen is just over it. Like, they are so used to being in boarding school that they don't even want to be there. And then while they're there, which is rare, don't forget, Mew, Melly, and Andrew, they're in full effect in this episode, having sex all over the White House. She catch her mother sucking Uncle Andrew off.
That's nasty.
Even Olivia Pope caught her with her dress down. Like, Melly was really sloppy. She definitely wouldn't be good as a side chick. We know that. But that's also the episode where Fitz punches Andrew in his face. That's the episode when Mama Pope calls Olivia Pope to help. And that's the episode where Fitz yelled at Olivia Pope and told her, "I'm talking to my wife." So, yeah, that was just a bad episode. Like, a lot of shit just happened in that. And the next episode was The Fluffer, which is actually one of my favorite of season 3. I was thinking about it earlier, and I was like, I can't wait to tell y'all. Okay, so in The Fluffer starts off with Abby going to the White House as Olivia Pope. And they're all calling her Gabby because they don't know who she is. They don't understand why Liv's not there. And they all run over Abby because, of course, nobody can really do that job but Olivia Pope. And they have the Fitz and Olivia Pope argument when, she asked him, was she his fluffer, or am I your nanny, or am I here to wipe your tears, am I here to make you feel all manly? And they get into the argument because he feels like she's acting petty, but she's acting jealous because she doesn't really, it took me a couple times to watch it, but she really doesn't understand why he's so upset about Melly having this boyfriend if me and you are supposed to be together. So then it's the argument, they argue again because she's like, he keeps saying, I don't want Andrew to run for the vice president slot no more because he's sleeping with my wife. And she's like, that's not your issue. Like, you need to tell me what the real issue is. He ends up basically telling, like, I need my wife to stop screwing him, which is basically a slap in the face to her. She goes into full-blown old Olivia Pope and wows his life from the top to the bottom. I'll destroy you. I'll tear you down bit by bit because he doesn't want it, so that means I don't want it. And then at the end of the episode, Huck, they're now in the process of trying to take down B613. Huck gets Olivia Pope to sleep with Jake so that she can put a tracking device on his phone and get all of his information. Go back to the fluffer of our recap so y'all can see when I zapped out on Olivia Pope. I mean, that was a nice little sex scene or whatever, but that's something that I don't want to see in season 4. Like, I'm so tired of Olivia Pope sleeping with 2 men in the same week. I don't want to watch your face. I don't want her to be,
a slut bag hoe. Go ahead.
I just swallowed it down. Then we get to episode 17, Flesh and Blood, which was a crazy episode. This is the episode where it starts out with Olivia Pope, Jake, Fitz, Cyrus, Secret Service all in the same room, and Papa Pope, because Olivia Pope has now shut down B613. Oh, that's what else happened in the fluffer. Jake choked Olivia's ass out. Okay, but it starts out with them all in the same room, which has never happened at Olivia Pope and Associates, which Fitz has never been there. And Jake is upset because it's like the night after she just had sex with him, so he reveals that they just had sex so that she could track his phone, and that just pisses Fitz all the way off. That's also the episode where Papa Pope had played Russian roulette with Mama Pope's real lover, because we found out Mama Pope was never in love with Papa Pope. Huck drags his ass in there. Papa Pope played Russian roulette. I didn't even know what the hell Russian roulette was until I watched this episode where he kept clicking the damn gun because he only had one bullet in there, and spent it all the way around, so at any given time he could have blew this man's brains out. And that's just exactly what he did. Right in his daughter's office, he blew Dimitri's brains out.
You didn't know what Russian roulette was?
No.
You never heard Rihanna's Russian roulette?
Yeah.
You never listened to the words?
I don't comprehend well.
Mm-hmm. Do you know why it's called Russian roulette?
Why?
Because you know it's a real game called Russian roulette.
Yes, I do know it's a real game.
Play with a piece of dice.
See, it's actually happening right now when they're all in the room together.
Right.
I'm gonna have to rewind it. Okay, but anyway, also in this episode, did I miss anything? I mean, I did skip over a lot because I told you I went too far. Oh, okay, so then that's when we learned that Mama Pope has the Hope Bond, and she puts it inside of a church for the senator's funeral that just recently died, who we find out she actually killed. She killed this man just so there would be a funeral that the president would... She knew that the president would go to the funeral so she could blow his ass up. This is Olivia Pope's mother we're talking about.
Trying to blow up the love of her life.
So, you know, Fitz never ends up going because Jake finds out. Jake tells Cyrus to tell Fitz that there's about to be an explosion at the church. And do you know what he did? He called his assistant to find out if Sally Langston had got there yet. And then he decided not to tell Fitz so that Sally Langston could be blown the hell up. But anyway, so Jake gets there before, you know, the church is about to blow up within like 4 minutes, and they evacuate. And then that's when it starts out the season finale, which is the price of free and fair election.
No more Harrison.
So they get everybody out. This is also the episode where Huck and Quinn first have sex.
I liked it. It was nice.
No, actually, they first have sex at the end of... Yeah, I'm going too fast. At the end of My Flesh and Blood, they are having sex. And Mama Pope slides her ass into the office that Papa Pope is at because Liv's not there. And she stabs his ass up. She didn't shoot him. She stabbed him up.
Either way, he was about to die.
She stabbed his ass up. So, you know, then it goes to the next episode, and Liv is in the hospital with him. She finds out about the bomb from the news. They get everybody out, but in the process of getting everybody out, Leo Bergen, who is Sally's campaign manager, tells her to be Jesus and rub some dirt on her face so she can, you know, get the acceptance from the people and let them see that she was helping everybody from the bomb, which basically makes Fitz lose the election. Like in the first 15 minutes of the episode, we already knew that he was going to lose the election because it was like on TV. That would be like if CNN caught Obama helping victims from Hurricane Katrina, like swimming in the water and pulling people out. Like
he would have 3 terms.
Right, like it was that kind of thing. Then Jerry dies.
That was sad.
Jerry dies. Like, I can't stop. Like, Jerry, Fitz and Mellie's son dies. Like, he dies.
They should have had the baby die.
Damn, Teddy!
I mean, he was already a baby. It's not like he really, you know, had much to it. He was a baby. I mean, Jerry was on his way to, like, he was in college or either on his way, like, he had, like, a whole life ahead of him. I mean, I just feel like that. But anyway.
So he dies, and, you know, they get to the hospital, and they find out how he died, and he basically died from a meningitis that has to be stolen from somewhere. Like, it's not something that's, like, usually out in the air. So they immediately know that Mama Pope has killed the president's son, and that just, like, sends Olivia Pope into cuckoo. She loses her mind. And she just basically comes to the conclusion that everything that has happened is her fault. Fitz's son wouldn't have died if, you know, it wasn't for her mother. the whole Remington thing wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for her father. Jake would have never went in the hole if it was never for him disobeying orders for Olivia Pope. Like, so many things has happened because of James would probably still be alive if it wasn't for Olivia Pope. Like, somewhere up in there twisted, whatever started, it started from Olivia Pope. And as we know, she packs up her shit and gets on that plane that Papa Pope wanted her to get on from the beginning. So, I know that I skipped over a lot of things, but I really did try to get most of the major things. But I did want to talk about what we plan to see in season 4. I'll go first. Number 1, I need to know where Olivia Pope went. And I'm just hoping to God that she wasn't on an island this long, because they already said that season 4, when it starts, it will actually be like 2 months has passed. So it's actually supposed to start around the time that Fitz is about to go to his second inauguration. You know, the big celebration that the president has. I'm interested to see, you know, what they're going to do as far as Harrison, because as we know at the end, Harrison had a gun to his head. Oh, that's what else I forgot to say, that we also learned that Tom was B613.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing is, Mama Pope didn't kill Jerry. Papa Pope killed Jerry. And Papa Pope killed Adnan Salif.
Papa Pope killed everybody.
Like,
and sent Olivia's ass packing.
Right, like, that was the whole thing, like,
because he is the head. Isn't he the head of B? Oh, he's the head of B613.
Yeah, he's back the head of B613, and Mama Pope is in the hole, which he told Fitz that Mama Pope was dead, so we already know it's going to be a lie. And Fitz and Melly are having a breakdown because they don't know where Olivia Pope is, and
their first child died.
Yeah, so I actually don't know if Jerry or Karen is the youngest or the oldest.
I thought Jerry was. I thought it was Jerry Karen.
Oh, I think it is, because on the flashback she was like,
she wasn't pregnant yet, and she didn't know if Jerry's was his.
Yeah.
If little Jerry was big Jerry.
Right. Yeah, you're right. That's gross. Yeah, did I say that?
Yes.
Did I talk about how Melly got raped?
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, and in the last episode, the last before the second, Fitz finds out that Melly got raped, because the whole thing we was trying to figure out. Plus, I want to know if Liv is ever going to know that Fitz was the one that leaked her name. Nobody else is wondering it. No, she never found out that he was the one that leaked her name.
Yeah, she gonna go off. You gonna have to buy her another house next to the one in Vermont.
And I'm really hoping that this is not another dark season for Olivia.
You know what? Let me tell you what I want to see in this season. First of all, I want to see a lot of... I feel like even though Harrison isn't going to be there, they need to make mention of him. They don't just need to get rid of him like they did Steven. So I want, I miss Harrison. I want one rest in peace Harrison.
Well, it already did say that the death of Harrison is really going to be...
It better be. I want it to. Don't forget him. I want to see Olivia Pope being Olivia Pope. I'm so tired of her being a crime bitch. And I just want to see, like, what they're going to do. Like, because I feel like now, even though Fitz and Jake don't really like each other now, they're definitely probably going to team up to try to get Rowan out again once they find out all the bad things that Rowan did.
Yeah, I was wondering if...
so, I just want to see what...
I think they did say that he's going to find out that Rowan was the one that killed his son.
Yeah, it's definitely going to come out. And so, I just can't wait to see. Because, I love when Fitz is swinging his presidential balls. He just looks like Superman to me. Like, when he is, like, cocky, he even looks like a bigger man. Like, I just love him. So, I can't wait to see that. I'm hoping to see some more Huckleberry Quinn moments. I hope that David and Abby have broken up and found new people, because Abby is starting to get too hot for him. Like, she's she's too sexy for him.
Well, the thing is, they already said that this is the season of Abby, like, and a lot of people are upset about that. A lot of people are like, I don't care about Abby.
I mean, I'll say it's not that I'm upset about that, but it's more important thing than for me to know the background of Abby. I already know she was married to somebody who was whipping her ass, and Olivia helped her. Like, I already know that. So I have better things to do and better things to wonder about. But I mean, since that's what Shonda is giving me, I'm gonna ride it.
I want more. I mean, I keep reading that to not be excited about the whole Olitz thing right now because Fitz is really, which that makes me excited. I'll sacrifice no Olitz for the moment if Fitz is being a better president. They said his main focus is to just run the world and run his country right now.
And I feel like that's what he needs to do.
Right.
Because as you can see on this show, Shonda is definitely showing how PUSSY can be your downfall. Alright. Look, PUSSY got Harrison off of this show. It got Jake put in the hole. It got Daddy Pope stabbed. And I'm just saying, like, PUSSY runs the effing scandal world. And these niggas need to back up. Look at me. Andrew almost ain't had no job because of Melly. Like, come on.
Yeah. They also said that, Jake and Liv might not be together because, as a lot of people already know, which is weird that he got on the plane, he really doesn't like to play second. He doesn't like that, and he says that to her all the time. Like, I'm not going to play
He said,
second.
See, the thing is, this is what I always say, his mouth says, I'm not going to play second. But his actions don't say, I'm not going to play second. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but
my mouth says I'm going to lose some weight, and my actions are go and buy a donut from 7-Eleven. It's just two different things. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but so they said that he's not satisfied with Olivia Pope right now.
Now
so,
he ain't satisfied. But that's just like a man. He finally get Olivia Pope kinda to herself, and he's still not satisfied.
Yeah, I'm just hoping they wasn't on no island. Of course I'm excited about Olitz. I mean, even though they probably won't right away be together or do nothing together, I just know that the first time they see each other since she's been gone, it's just going to be magic.
I feel like I don't even get myself too upset with these old lake scenes because I really feel like the purpose of Scandal is Olitz.
There you have
it. That's the end game.
There, I keep telling people. That's why
Olivia, what is your end game? That's the end game.
Like, that's why I always tell people who are big Olitz fans, like, don't even be upset. We know where it's going to end. It's no way. That's why she went ahead and got it. She already got it out the way with season 3 of letting Lake let them think that this is what's going to happen.
The thing is, it's just like this. If Olitz is together, plan for one of them to be dead. Like, it's either one of those.
Lord, I pray Shonda ain't planned to end this with Olivia Pope dying.
I mean, it could be like Olivia Pope having, some kind of cancer that they need Meredith for, and that bitch got Alzheimer's and can't help her.
Oh my God. So, like I said, and you guys know what? I was really excited for weeks about this recap. And I got too excited. And I wrote down so much that I know I forgot so much to tell y'all. And you know what's funny? Every recap that we do on each week of Scandal, what do I say? I know I forgot some stuff.
She did forget.
It's disgusting and sad. But I have no
felt like she
memory.
Talked enough, so I wasn't going to remind her.
I mean, I guess that's true. I mean, Tanad didn't even want me to do the first half of the season, but
I really didn't.
I just felt like everybody needed a refresher course. I felt like everybody needed a refresher course.
I feel like this. It doesn't matter. The only thing that really matters to me is those last 2 damn episodes, honestly.
And they're on TV tonight.
That's all that matters. So,
I don't know, but I'm really, 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 really excited about next week.
How excited are you?
On a scale from 1 to 10,
really.
I am
excited?
like on number 10,000. Like, whew.
Is that like really excited?
I
or
can't
only
get no-
like really
The
really
only
excited?
thing that could make me more excited for Scandal is if Kerry Washington called me and said she was coming here to watch it with us that day.
Well, you there.
That's where I'm at.
Well, how would you feel if Beyonce called you and said she was coming?
If Beyonce called me and told me that it just coming to watch Scandal or just on any day.
Coming to watch Scandal.
First of all, I already feel like in my heart, but she hasn't all the way confirmed it, that she's a big Scandal fan because Huck was in that On the Run movie. So if she says she wants to come and watch Scandal with me, that means me and her, first of all, we like something
Can I tell
that's
you
the
something?
same.
If Beyonce come here, I am about to make Thanksgiving. Because I want her to taste all my good food. And I'm going to let her sit back in the chair while it's reclining and eat. And let Blue play with Bob.
Alright, look, this really
I
wasn't
thought about
me.
this.
But, yes, I'm so excited about next week.
So excited?
So, don't do
Or
this.
so excited.
So, what I want you guys to do is I want you to come under the video if you're watching this, and I want you to tell me what you are looking forward to and what you want to see happen in season 4. My biggest thing is the transformation of Olivia Pope. I don't want weak Olivia Pope. I don't want her to be upset every episode, and I don't want the world to be on her shoulders. I mean, I know she takes on a lot, but I don't need Bae stressed out. You feel me?
I feel you.
So, we'll be back Monday for our regular video, but we will be back on next Thursday. When y'all see me again on a Thursday, Scandal would have already went off, and I have already gotten my life. Like, hair might be pulled out, less edges than I already got. Oh, I'm getting my hair done, so no.
Go, girl.
So I'm gonna be Olivia Pope on this
Fancy little hoe.
Make sure y'all share this video with a friend, tell a friend, and tell a friend, and tell a friend that the show is on their way back with our Scandal recaps.
Yep.
That rhymes.
You did a
That
good
the
job.
show is on its way back with our Scandal recaps.
That's nice.
Thank you. And when we come back on
You're a
Thursday,
flow, sis.
Tanae will be a better person than last year because this year's Scandal comes on at 9 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock. So she
Yeah.
won't be as sleepy as before.
Oh, that was my happy face.
As before. But as always, if you didn't know, now you know that there's no show
I'm sorry. I thought I saw somebody walking in this camera. I gotta go.
like the show. I was looking at your hair.
What's wrong with it?
Do you see the part that's sticking up?
Oh no!